Here's a little more action that you saw in the short video. Now, Alan and Sideshow Chad, they're buddies, so Chad's going to be messing with Alan.
It's like rocking back and forth. No, you don't. Use your arm like this. Keep it straight. Make a straight line. There you go. No, you're doing this. Hey, you're right.
You do your way, I do my way. So I want to keep the gun straight. That's the way you do it. I'm rocking. He's rocking. Are you rocking? I'm rocking. You want to rock it? Chad, roll. We got too many chiefs and not enough engines.
You have to rock if you ain't got the reach, especially a longer hood. You're gonna have to lean over one way, come back over the other way. Yeah. Well, if it's a big old Cadillac, got the hood way out here. Right. Stand in the middle. That's what you want to do. When you're taking the panel, stand in the middle of that panel. Do that right there. That way, your reach in your rock goes all the way to the end of the panel.
Yeah, I can't do that. I'm not going to move. If I move my arm, then I'm pulling it back. Pulling it back. I like this. But
I can't tell by distance, right?
it's covered.
It's always going to be the same. And you change your pattern to different paints, different temperatures, but it's always going to be the 75%, 90%, whichever overlap you need to use.
Some of it's 90%.
If you got silver metallic, fine, real fine metallic, you need to do a 90% overlap, which is almost right on top of what you already did.
Oh, wow.
This is 90% overlap. And 90% overlap, you need to go fast like this. But you ain't doing 90% overlap because you're spraying white.
Oh, you're doing 75?
I'm showing you 90% overlap for spraying silver metallic. But for white, 75%.
Pretty close to this.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's why I can't paint anymore, because I can't judge different sections.
We watched you paint yesterday and it came out pretty good. You said we watched you paint yesterday and it came out pretty good.
Well, I can still fake it a little bit.
Must have been there.
Okay, now we're going to shoot sealer on it, and then Alan's going to start painting the base coat.
I'm going to shoot all the sealer on it so that we can get to painting, and we have a limited amount of sealer, so I didn't want Alan to be learning with a limited amount and then run out before we get the whole thing covered.
This is gonna lock and hold your body weight. It's like a thin spot. What this is gonna do, this is gonna lock it on your body weight.
We'll make it all one.
Now I'm going to demonstrate for Alan on how to make individual passes with no trigger control. Start the gun off the surface, come across it, let completely off at the end, start again, let off completely, start again, let off completely, start again, let off completely, start again. And you want to start on the movement. And you want to start off the panel as best you can so you don't have a spurt of overpressured paint at the very beginning. That's why you fan the trigger at the end of each stroke when you've learned the technique, so that you don't stop the air completely and then have a blast of air with paint in it when you start up again, cause a run or a smear spot in the paint from too much paint hitting it at once.
Think
Now
so.
I'm doing a little bit more demonstration for Alan of the stop and start method that he's going to need to use without having trigger control. You don't have to put the paint on consecutive pass after consecutive pass. You can make one pass and stop for a second, make another pass, stop for a second. It's not going to matter on a solid color like this. You probably wouldn't want to do this with metallic unless you were, well, no, you just wouldn't want to do it with metallic. Alan could not be spraying this if it was metallic. He'd mess it up.
Yeah.
Now Alan's gonna start his spraying adventure, and he's doing pretty good. He's got her figured out. He's going kind of slow, but that's to be expected. You're not going to be able to do everything you learn the first time you learn it, the way that you're supposed to be doing it. That's what learning's all about, is to be taught. And I'm going to help him as best I can as he's going, not to do anything that will be detrimental to the paint job. Of course, we're not spraying it super wet and trying to get a shine or anything, so that helps for a beginning painter not to have to lay it down wet and shiny. It's a base coat. I don't like to see base coat sprayed wet and shiny. That's not the way to do it, in my opinion. Others have other opinions, but you shouldn't be laying base coat down soaking wet if you're a DIY guy, because you don't have the several $1,000 air system providing you clean, dry air for your paint job. If you put that base coat on soaking wet, you're going to have fish eyes and other problems, so don't do it. I'm giving Alan a quick demo on how to spray on the side of the cars, different than on the horizontal stuff like the hood and trunk. So I'm giving him a little rundown here before he takes back over. Now, when Alan starts out of the door, he's got the gun way too far away from the door, and I keep hollering out to him, "You're too far away, you're too far away." Well, he gets closer like he should, but he's going way too slow, and you'll see it in the base coat on the door. It'll be too shiny.
You might have to holler out.
Didn't ruin anything, but that's what happens when you are at the right distance going too slow.
Way too far
it gets
away.
too wet.
Way too far away.
If you're
way,
at the
way
wrong
too far
distance,
away.
too far away,
Way
and
too
going
far
too
away.
slow, it is
There you
grainy
go.
and orange peely. It'll cause your final finish to be
Much better.
much more textured than you want it to be.
There we go.
But even with the too close, he's doing a fine job for somebody who's
don't wanna
never
put it on
sprayed a
super
car
wet.
A
before.
little faster, Alan.
There you go.
Stay close. Just go faster.
And the car curves in at the bottom, so you'll have to like kind of tilt the gun back a little bit when you get down low.
That's the worst part. So you get that bottom rocking.
Oh, let me show you the rocker.
Now to spray the very lowest part of the car, you'll see I got the gun angled upward as I'm spraying. And with PPS cups, the disposable cups there, you can spray upside down, the paint will still come out. With a regular cup, the paint will be up in the top of the cup and it won't be spraying at all. So it's one of the many reasons I like PPS style cups.
Look, I don't care what you tell your wife. This is 6 inches. I don't care what you tell your wife. Tell her this. Oh, this is 6 inches. That's what
Oh, too far away. You're too far.
Listen, and you don't. This is your first coat. You don't want it to be a little wet like that. Like how this hood, like.
That's too far away. If you have a medium, you gotta have it.
Just
Now
like
we're
the
looking down the
generators, we
side
didn't try
of
to
it,
cover on the first
checking out
coat.
Alan's body work. He did most of the body work, almost all of it himself, and he did a pretty good job for a beginner. Now he's spraying the front bumper filler and the cowl panel.
This should be real comfy because I'm not making you fanny too. See both sides?
It just shoot the inside.
No, this side, and this side. Paint don't get on stuff unless the gun's aiming right at it.
Hey, don't go around corners.
That's right. You don't worry about the backside of it.
Now you got more room that your hose is untied that you can go stand back and forth. There you go.
Pretty far?
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, you can far away. You're perfect. I really don't see it when it's playing. When you start moving, I lose it. You know, that's cover up this first cover, you don't
First
cover.
coat, you didn't first coat.
Kind of covers you on first cover, what causes more problems than anything else. Yeah, do that.
You need to go to the other side. Oh,
Yeah, of course you did.
Here, back here.
I'll walk around and you can play the other one.
I'm going to give him a refresher demonstration on the quarter panel here so he can get back on track and not be spraying too wet or too close or too far. Those are the things that you usually are calling out to a learning painter is too close, too far, too slow, too fast, those kind of things. It does help for them to watch somebody else do it, but the only way to truly learn is to grab that gun and do it yourself and have the person that is the expert at it to holler out while you're doing it that you're doing something wrong or that you're doing good. We learn by doing.
Another way to get them easy out.
other way to get underneath is like this.
Now Alan's going to tackle the whole passenger side by himself, and he's doing a spectacular job. And me and Chad are real happy that he's getting the hang of it.
Three, and stop the door. Take it all the way to the door. Don't stop the door.
I gotta go all the way.
You can walk it a little bit, Alan. There you go. There you go. Look at that. Get a little bit closer. There you go.
So, you know,
I used to be 5'10".
You're about 5'8".
5'9".
well, I'm probably 5'10".
Probably the walk this far. But what if you bear, there's them right there. You need to be standing in the middle of it.
Well, do your rocking like you were doing earlier, like
Well,
that.
that's what you got going. Okay.
Alright.
That's it. Something walking.
Yeah, you learned that earlier?
Walking.
I wanna run!
Walking with the surgeon is driven. We ain't used to do it yet.
Something like this, starting. Down here.
Shoot a tire in the back. Now down back here. No, you already did that. You went right back over what you did. Do down here. If you do that clear, it'll be rolling off the floor.
I'll ask later. Alan, don't forget about what he did here too when he went like this and got paint all underneath.
Wow.
Hey, no, I said like this. That's all right. That's all right. It's on the bottom. You're good.
Make sure you cover it. Did you put that in front of the tire up here?
No,
You haven't started in the middle going down yet. Put the car toward horse.
yeah.
Don't forget where you're at. You're supposed to start from the middle going down before you start painting the bottom. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta spray this part.
If I did that back there, you're saying
You didn't do it there. You haven't done it in front of the wheel yet.
Want to come that way?
It doesn't matter whether you go right to left or left to right, just as long as you start at the top, go down, start at the bottom, go up, and I always start at the top and go down. Start at the top and go down. Look, before you start, you've got a flat here, so the gun needs to be aiming at the flat first. No, you start at the front or the back.
How come you do one slide and stuff back? How come you do one slide and then come back and give it another way like that?
I don't do that.
That's all it is. But you're right, it works out good.
Go down, there's one down at the time, or still turn out.
Now, since I have to drive home before it starts to get dark, I'm going to take over and put the final coat on at normal speed so that we can get onto the clear coat.
Boy, that's a good looking car.
Hey, last time I was doing a stop, go, stop, go, stop, go. And that's for people that haven't prayed for it. But B. Allen, and he doesn't understand fan control of just air or air tank. You know, you got to have that control to paint fast. So now I'll demonstrate normal painting procedures, and once you get used to being able to fan your fan on and off, this is how you do it. And I can't see, so I'm going to look like this to get my bearings.
Yeah, how close to you. You're close, but you're moving. And every time you're moving down a little bit, I mean, after a while, it's muscle memory. You're just moving down, moving down. But he's doing that back and forth, not like you were doing, covering the whole thing. Fast and not moving very fast, very far. But it's traveling. That's not a truth. How to small. How to what? Small. Oh, that's how it looks to you for sure.
It's on 0.5.
Yep.
I've got a big
Yep.
wide angle.
Yep.
Whoa. I always start in the middle of this.
Yeah, he's keeping it wet is right here, that front first, he's on the top, keeping it on two. I said, see why you painted the front piece and then you do the top piece and then blended it together in one piece. Keeping it wet edge. Now you're gonna come over here and you're gonna start in the middle of this where you steer. You can see where it's laying right there. It's gonna cover all this crap up.
On second thought, that was not the final coat I was demonstrating because Alan's going to be spraying some more here. I don't think we recorded me putting the final coat on because that was kind of redundant.
Okay.
Right there. There you go. That's good. There you go.
You're arcing, huh?
You're arcing. Okay.
You're arcing. You're going like that. You get it straight.
Have it time.
You're at 50% overlap.
What do you want?
75. You should, when you make one pass, your next pass should be 3/4 on top of the first pass. 50% means you're halfway on the first pass. But since this is metallic, so it's not that important.
Like that then? Yeah. Well, the trouble is, I'm still getting too far away. It's not see that.
It takes time to get used to the distance. I can't see the distance anymore because of my vision, but that's one of the tough parts.
I ain't trying to go back that way then.
Alan's getting
Move on to the
the
door.
knack for it here pretty good now, so he's going to put it on at about the right
Very good, very good.
wetness on the door this
Good.
time. Maybe still a little too wet, but not overly soaking wet like he did the first time. Now, I really didn't want Alan to learn how to run clear on his first paint job on his own car, so I'm doing all the clear coat myself, and I think Alan's in agreement there. He didn't want to mess up his car, so I'm going to laser clear on myself, and Alan's watching, and he'll learn how to do it for the next one, and he'll be seeing how it's done for the next one. I'll talk about it here again in a minute, but the stripes are all messed up by doing the same thing I did on the black cutlass. You'd think I learned my lesson, but sometimes old dogs need to stumble a couple of times before they get their footing. But when you have a problem with something on the paint job, you need to clear coat that car to seal it up. We could try to fix the stripe, and I guarantee you 100% the white base coat would get messed up. So we have to redo all the stripe, every bit of it. But if we had tried to fix the stripe before clear coating it, then all that work we just put in, putting the white base coat on, would be messed up. But now, everything's getting clear coat on it, so the white base coat will be sealed in with clear, and when we're fixing the stripes, we won't have to worry about smudging the base coat or anything like that. And if we get overspray from fixing the stripes on the white, it's on top of clear, and we can get it right off real easy. So never try to fix your problems, in a two-tone or a multicolored paint job until after you get clear on it. Put your last base coat on it and then clear it, and then when it cures up, then you can fix whatever it was that needs fixing. And we'll do the whole process of fixing the stripe as a video whenever we get to that, but it's going to sit for a few days before we work on fixing the stripe. That way the clear won't have any issues wrinkling up with new clear being sprayed on top of it. It needs to be cured out all the way.
Well, we get on that stuff, we're going to start it back flat, with a clear white flat, fix this shit, let it re-clear, and then it's going to give it a lot of depth in that white. We'll have a lot of clear. It's a good clear with the UV protection on it. You don't want to have skin damage. So what do you get a UV protection for your bottle top? Where's that from? You don't? Probably made in the vinyl, I don't know. And you put something on it, yeah. You heard me parked inside and stuff, you don't know. You know the difference when you put your mask off and hold it back on. That's true, that's it. Body work is good, man. The way the surgery coming out, but it will. You'll just do it for a couple of days.
Let me hold my gun. Like that.
I've seen those lights. They charge $500, $400 for them lights.
Not this one.
Man, that's the light I need. Look at that. Look at that.
That's on your gun.
Look at that. Let me see what you do. Look at that. Oh, man. Look at that reflection off that light when it's gone. Yeah, that's all right. That makes it kind of paint it white.
That's so good.
I bet this car's going to be real dirty. It's too damn dependent and done it too far. Yeah, too far. Man, when your wife sees this in real life, she gets beside the street, she is going to be blown away. There was different. Click the link down below to buy one of these for your paint guys. What do you want? Okay. He just wants to do it in this cut. Yeah, let him make it. This is when it's 4 to 1. This is 2 to 1, huh?
Yeah. Huh? So what do you do? I just said that yesterday, go to work. You don't want this to, I wasn't like that. No, even if I want to talk about these guys, they're going to make money. And my body looks good, Alan.
Did you want me to make you a cut?
So it's 2 to 1, right? 2 to 1. Yeah. 2 to 1. I'm about 10 ounces. Yeah, that's all. Yeah. I'm going to 10 ounces. I'm going to 10 ounces. What's half a 10? I said 10. Half a 10 is 5. Okay, now I'm going to put 5 ounces of the sterling. There's a 14 ounce and then a 16, so it's in between them. Yeah, 14 and a half. There, my hand.
I don't know if y'all can see it in the video, but the stripe is all messed up. I'll make another video about that, where I didn't learn my lesson on the last one of using mismatched brands and stuff, and it pulled the clear off the base coat. We'll talk all about that in the video where we fix it. So please touch my like thingy and subscribe, damn it!